This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73, verse 3, and it reads, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than their heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh throughout the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a cup or of a full cup are wrung out to them." It says, "And they said, How doeth the Most High Yahweh know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily have I cleansed my heart in vain, and washed my hand in innocency. For all the day long have I been plagued, and chastened every morning. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me, until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High Yahweh, then understood I the end." First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders at Great Millstone, that rule well, that teach well, that taught me this truth. Double honors to my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders at Great Millstone, that rule well, that teach well, that taught me this truth. Peace, love, and salutation to the Bayaf Dawada, which is the house of David, which is the elect. Shalom. A shalom to you, Sensei Akim, and Sensei Akwaf that followed the Lamb wherever it goes. Shalom. This is your brother Yanaga here from the Providence, Rhode Island camp, coming back to you again with another one. Got a video queued up. And, you know, it's again with these Amalekites, man, these elites. Oh, they speak wickedly concerning oppression, right? And, you know, the pride of Esau, Edom, beginning with the Amalekites, man, the elites, the ruling class banking families, man, okay? The pride of these Edomites, man, okay, is, you know, at an all-time high, right? But again, those of us who are of the hopeful elect, right, of the nation of Israel, right, the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, okay, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? So again, I'm gonna play the video real quick and bring us some few precepts to the spirit and power Yahweh Shai. And those of you who are tuning in, Lord willing, are edified, right? So before we play it, this is disclaimer, YouTube disclaimer, copyright disclaimer on the section excuse me, copyright disclaimer on the section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Fair use.
The big concern at the moment, and why I think South Africa is a big talking point in the US right now, is America in the next 20 years will become, for the first time in its history, a minority white country.
Well, that will be a very, very bad thing to happen. You want to see the US go down? Why? Oh, you don't like cars and electric cars, and you don't like technology, or what is it? You want to go back to the jungle, or?
If the US becomes a minority white country,
Yes.
so there's Latinas, there's blacks, there's people from all different races make up the majority, and then, you know, it could be 48% white people. Do you really think the US is doomed if it goes under?
Yes, it goes under there.
Seriously?
Yes, of course. You see, if you take South Africa, we have a small white population that projects the European culture, or what we learned from Europe.
And oppressed millions of black people
No.
for decades.
How do you oppress? We gave them work, we fed them. They grew from a tiny little group into a massive group. That's not oppression, that's feeding them. Do you understand? You only grow big if you get fed. You only start at 800 and become 50 million if you get fed. We fed them, for crying out loud. You know, enough with this nonsense.
But so you understand, because the black population was so oppressed under apartheid.
Well, we never saw this oppression you're talking about.
You never saw it.
No, I never saw it.
Yeah, because you're white.
Okay, so there you have it, man. Okay, the pride of these Edomites, man, beginning with Amalek, man. Okay, as the scripture we just read in Psalms, the 73rd chapter, man. Okay, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Okay, and this is what was happening, man. This is what, when you watch the video, this is what this Edomite, this damn devil, right, was speaking, man. He was speaking loftily concerning oppression, man. Okay, they don't give a fuck about, excuse my language, right? But they don't care about you so-called blacks, Latinos, or Native Americans, man, which are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. Okay, Esau, Edom, right? The wicked elite, right? Beginning with Amalek, these are the Edomites, man. These are the wicked that the Bible speaks of, man. Okay, and they rule the earth, man. Okay, they're not gonna feel any pity for you, right? They're not gonna stop oppressing you, man. Okay, this damn devil, right? When Yahushua comes back, this is when he's gonna be this damn devil is gonna be taking all the power, man. Okay, so let me grab some scriptures real quick. You know, I could have linked it up with an article real quick, but I just wanted to do a video do a lesson concerning that video. Okay, what's it? Let's go to Lamentations 4. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21, and it reads, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom." Okay, starting with the head banking families, right? Amalek, right? Okay, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked, right? So we went into captivity, we went into slavery, we were oppressed. Now it's their turn to be oppressed. Now it's their turn to drink of that cup, right? It says, verse 22, "The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins." Okay, and all the wickedness and the sins are being revealed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai by his men, okay, his servants, right, his apostles, right, of great millstone, man. Okay, the men of GMS spread throughout the four corners of the earth, man. All right, the pride of Esau, Edom, beginning with Amalek, or I should say the pride of Amalek, right? Okay, thinking that they're never gonna go down, man. They're never gonna see slavery. They're never gonna see captivity, man. Okay, but the Lord, man, as they just mentioned, right? Okay, Babylon the Great, aka America, so-called white people are gonna be the minority, okay, in the upcoming years, man. And the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, right, are gonna be the majority, okay, which we are. We always been the majority because, you know, Jake like to be fruitful and multiply, man. Okay. Matter of fact, there's a scripture that talks about. Let's go to that real quick. Okay. Go inside the mind of Esau, Edom, and how they think about them being a minority, right? This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. Okay, let's see. Hold up, please bear with me. Let's start at 1. Let's start at 1. It says, for the ungodly said, reasoning within themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, right? Because they know that they only have a few, they're the minority, man. They're not reproducing as they should, man. Which this is all of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay. Jake like to be fruitful and multiply, man. That's just us. Okay. From the beginning, man. Okay, we like to reprocreate and have sex. Okay. And have kids and families and dynasties and kingdoms and nations, man. Okay, it says, Wisdom of Solomon 2:1, for the ungodly said, reasoning within themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Okay, because when they get sick, man, and they start to pine away or start to fade away, right? That's it, man. Okay, they don't heal like how we heal, man. Okay, like I said again, this is of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai does that, man. Okay, he is our power, right? Neither was there any man known to return from the grave. Okay, so they understood when they understand the concept of what's the scripture say in the book of Ecclesiastes? Power. They understand this, right? Ecclesiastes 8:8. There is no man that have power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither have he power in the day of death, man. So they understand that. They understand that they can conquer death, right? Death is a sure thing. Death is something that's promised to each and every single one of us on the face of the planet Earth, man. Okay, and that judgment has been given to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay, it says, and there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. Okay, so they understand this concept, man, right? But what did they say? Verse 2, for we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostril is as a smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as a soft air. Right? Okay, this is the reason why these Edomites, right, these elites, okay, these Amalekites, right, they be having 4, 5, 6, 7 heart surgeries, right, heart transplant. Okay, because they don't want it. They don't want to die, man. They want, like the scriptures say, they want their house, let's see, from generation to generation. Let's see. It's in the book of Psalms. Salakia. Right, Psalms 49:11. It says, their inmost thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generation. They call their lands after their own name, man. Okay, and again, this is the pride of these Amalekites, man. Okay, that they're not gonna, they know that their life is tedious. So why not try to get rid of them right now? Okay, get rid of Jake right now. Get rid of the true biblical Hebrew Israelites now. The few so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Right? It says, verse 4, and our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcometh with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is far sealed, so that no man cometh again. It says, come on, let us Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creature like as in the youth, man. Okay, going into, let's enjoy our time that we're here, man. Okay, to hell with whoever's suffering. Okay, let them suffer, man. Let's enjoy our time now, and that links up with Revelation 12 and 12. Okay, that the devil coming on with grave wrath because he knows that he had but a short time, man. Okay, it says, verse 7, let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebud before they be withered. Right? Okay, that's the reason why they crown themselves, right? Put themselves in high positions, right? Throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay, this is why they do these things, man. All right, these are the wicked that's ruling the earth, man. You gotta understand this, Jake. I'm talking to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. These are the wicked that's ruling the earth. Okay, they don't care. They do not care, man. Okay, all they want to do is see us wither away, man. They want to see, like the scriptures say, that Israel, let's do away with the name of Israel, so shall it no more be in remembrance, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, this is the reason why, right, we have to turn back to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, man. Okay, let's continue. It says, verse 9, let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, right? This is the reason why you see statues of them in every single place, right? Statues, right? Monuments, right? All around the place, they're leaving their mark, right? On this place that they conquer, that place that they conquer, right? This place that they colonize, that other place that they colonize, right? It says, let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hair of the age, right? They don't care, man. They don't care. And this is the pride of Esau, Edom, beginning with the Amalekites, man. You so-called ruling class banking families, man. Okay, and their kins under them, right? They don't care, man. Okay, because they know they're the minority, right? 11, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth, right? Because even though they're the minority, right, the laws that they set in place put them in power, man. Put them in a in a rulership authority, man. Okay, so although we so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans might be the majority, the majority, right, we still have to follow their laws, man. Okay, which bring us under them. Okay, so it says, verse 12, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. This is the reason why there's friction between Esau and Jacob, man. Okay, righteous against the wicked. Okay, because we know that when it comes down to, us analyzing things, man, we're gonna point out their wickedness, man. We're gonna point them out, man. We're gonna call it for what it is, man. Okay, that they're the wicked, that they don't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, man. They follow the Talmud, man. They don't follow the Torah, right? So this is the reason why they're saying is that we are clean contrary to our, for he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. It says he upbraided us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgressions of our educations, man. Okay, because their education is based off of pseudoscience, man. Okay, it's not real, man. Okay, let me bring on some more scriptures real quick. I'm gonna bring on 2 and I'm gonna end it. Let's get that Obadiah real quick. This is Obadiah chapter 1. Let's start at 3. It says, I'll start at 1. I'm going to start at 2. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised, right? This is going into Esau, Edom, right? The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground, right? So this is what they're saying in their heart, man, to their pride, man. They're never going to be in adversity, man. They're never going to be where we're at, okay? But the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Ashai, has something in mind, man, okay? Okay, the Lord is gonna uplift his men, okay, upon the face of the planet Earth, man. And we're gonna rule, Lord willing, we be a part of that elk, man. Okay, it says, verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Okay, so the Lord is going bring Esau Edom down to the ground, man. Okay, they're going to be in the same position as us. Okay, so let's get that real quick. I'm gonna end it off in this scripture here. This is let me see. Let's start at 9. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 14 verse 9, and it reads, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. Okay, now this word hell, right, goes into a position of difficulty. Okay, hell is not a place where you be burning forever, man, right? It says hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from the thrones of all the kings of the nation. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vial. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee, going into the position that Esau Edom is going to be, man. They're going to be worse than us, man. Okay, the scripture said render unto her double, man. Okay, so they're gonna be in a pitiful case, man, when we get them in captivity, man. It says verse 12, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Okay, now this word heaven, okay, the Shemayim, right, goes into rulership, right? And Lucifer goes into light bearer. They're the ones that have the light right now. Okay, but it's the light of wickedness. Okay, the knowledge of wickedness, right? And that's how they were able to rule the earth, in the knowledge of wickedness, deceit, deception, lies, right? It says, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? Okay, so Esau Edom is going to be the one on top, okay, on the top in these last end times, man, ruling, man. Okay, it says, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High Yahweh, I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High, man. Okay, and there's only one Most High, man. There's only one power, man. Okay, and they're not the power of, because the power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, okay, that's the only power that created everything here on the face of the planet Earth, man. He can't be like the Most High, because he's not the Most High, man. Okay, he's the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell. See that word hell go again. It says, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners, man? Okay? And they refuse to let us go until this day, man. This is the reason why when Yahushua comes back, okay, we're going to still be in the hands of our enemies, man. Okay? Hence the reason why, Yahushua name means he saves, he delivers, man. Because he's going to rescue us, man. And that's the only person that we need rescuing us in these end times, man. Yahushua, man. It says, verse 18, all the kings of the nation, even all of them lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities, man. Okay? So this is going into Esau, Edom's destruction, man. Okay? You could also link this here with Job, the 18th chapter, man. The light of the wicked shall be put out, man. Okay? Because it's about time, man. The Lord Yahushua is starting to do his work, man, and start judging these heathens, man. Verse 22, for I will raise up against them, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, the remnant, and the son, and the nephew, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim El Shai. So, right, like the scriptures say, it ain't gonna be not one Edomite left, man. Okay, ain't gonna be no Edomite left, man. The Lord's gonna, once those thermonuclear missiles, right, from Russia, right, which Yahushua is gonna be in those missiles, right, once I hit this place, man, okay, it ain't gonna be, everything here is gonna be ground zero, man. It's gonna be desolate, man. It's gonna be wasted, man. It says, verse 24, verse 23, I will also make it a possession for the bitter, the pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, man. So yeah, man, I just wanted to do a lesson real quick on the pride of these Amalekites, right? These Edomites, right? Real quick. Elon's most father, right? Hey, soon it's gonna be your time to go into captivity, man. Okay, you damn devils, man. Okay, for all the wickedness that you've done on the face of the planet Earth, man, it's about time the Lord start judging you heathens, man. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Okakodah, Shalom to the elect, Shalom.